Assalamualaikum and a very good day everyone. My name is Mirza and welcome to my monologue video. So this video is where I'll be talking about my paper that I wrote entitled Islamic Critique on the Conventional Economic Theories and System, and I particularly chose capitalism to make an analysis on. I think before I start, I just want to put it out there on how concerned I was while writing this paper. No one else chose this topic in the class, so I was like, why? But nonetheless, I managed to finish writing this paper, alhamdulillah, and here goes nothing. So, according to this topic, I was only supposed to look at capitalism from the lenses of Islam, right? But as I go by, I realized that many aspects had to be inserted in. But I don't think I'll be talking a lot in this video. I'll be just touching on the gist of it. But in my paper, I touch on capitalism not only from the perspective of Islam, but conventional thinkers as well. And I touch on Islamic scholars who has particularly contributed to the idea of capitalism. And at the end of my paper, I actually talk about the perspectives on this issue and a way forward. But I'll just try to follow the flow and see what I can say in this video. Right. I think it's very, very much needed to remind everyone where capitalism came from. It made its debut in 1776 in Adam Smith's book, The Wealth of Nations. The name is very long, but we'll call it The Wealth of Nations. And capitalism since then has become a pillar of the global economic system for a long period of time, actually. But as time goes by, economists such as John Maynard Keynes, he is one of the top critics of capitalism, and he realized that the theory of capitalism has many flaws, and the flaws actually brought down the world economy. So what was Adam Smith referring to as capitalism? He was referring to man's selfish nature, where man would like to gain profit, right? And at the end of the read, in Adam Smith's thought, what we can say is that he's trying to put forward that greed is good, and that by becoming richer, the greedier we get, the richer we are, we can benefit everyone, not only ourselves. But fast forward to the current state of things, 244 years after that, I don't think we are chasing for profits to benefit people. It's just us, ourselves. The capitalist system, capitalism is all about individualism, and it is a system where earning and making profit is the main drive and nothing else. No well-being, no society well-being is mentioned, right? So why Islamic economics oppose capitalism, as a theory? In my paper, I touch on 5. The first one was capitalism believed that man is the owner of the resources. Factors of production, land, labor, capital, entrepreneurship. Men are the owners. But this totally opposes with the Islamic teachings, because in Islam we know and we believe that Allah is the owner of the resources, and we are the Khalifah, and we're taking that resources as an amanah, right? From the dirt to the skies to the dirt, everything is owned by Allah. But it's not that Islam does not allow private ownership and all, but I think it's very important for us to remember that at the end of the day, when everything is owned by Allah, and while we own private matters, like we have to give back to society, because we are taught that apart from that rizqi, or the property, it belongs to someone else. It belongs to the society. Right. Secondly, we oppose capitalism due to the economic freedom that it suggests. And by economic freedom says the economic freedom suggested is that men are free to do anything, whatever they want, and this freedom that we're talking about allows people to gain profit through haram ways such as gambling and usury. And this freedom that we're talking about states that no government intervention is needed, or that the market can fix itself, when in reality it does not. It does not fix itself. So third, we oppose because at the heart of capitalism is banking and interest. Because how would capitalists from the start get huge capitals? We don't own crazy amount of money. I mean, money is being created by men. So the creation of more money but through interest is what we oppose. It's haram in Islam. Fourth, capitalism is prone to exploitations because in capitalism they believe that there are two sides, the working class and the capital owner. And working class who sustains their firm are being exploited such that they are asked to work long hours, but they are paid with minimum wage, bad wages, and their well-being is not taken care of. Lastly, in Islam, we promote the equitable distribution of wealth. But in capitalism, they do not believe in just and fair distributions. All money should go to the capital owners. The owners should get richer and richer. And although Malaysia is not a capitalist country, we see this happening, right? The accumulation of wealth, mashallah, it's crazy. Right. Next, capitalism from a conventional perspective. So not only Islam who opposes capitalism, but even Western economists opposes the idea of capitalism. Mainly two people, Karl Marx and John Maynard Keynes. Karl Marx, through his book Das Kapital, said that he touches on human exploitations as well. Now, I think it's very clear why Karl Marx opposes capitalism, because Karl Marx promotes socialism, where capitalism does not even want to talk about socialism and society welfare, right? So, Karl Marx stated that capitalism limits and takes away human freedom from people, right? Whereas John Maynard Keynes, I think he became popular after the incident of Great Depression in the late 1920s, where during this time capitalism was heavily used. It was that system, you know. And when the economy collapsed, John Maynard Keynes said, you know, you need state intervention, you need government intervention. The invisible hand does not work like that. So, although they live in like two different eras, like Karl Marx and John Maynard Keynes, but both of them concur that capitalism is unstable and that it brings chaos to the human society. So it's very interesting for me, because we only learn about Keynesian system, but we don't really. I think this opened my mind. I'm like, how bad capitalism must been, you know, for the system to receive such critics. Right. What else? I think I'm reaching the end. I'm reaching the end of my paper. So, I think at the end we should realize that capitalism has indeed helped to build up the economy system as we see. But I think we should all be reminded that capitalism was introduced 244 years ago. And we are now facing modern challenges, new problems, planetary systems. So why should we be stuck with a theory that is 200 years that was developed 200 years ago, and perhaps 200 years ago there were no problems such as this. So my main point is that yes, indeed capitalism has many flaws, but I think we should stop blaming capitalism for what it is. I think we should give birth to more thinkers. It's time where we move on our own. Moving forward, we should look at more sustainable options in sustaining the planet. New problems needs new solutions. And I think that's it from me for this monologue video. I hope you understand what I'm trying to say, and I hope you have enjoyed it. Assalamualaikum. Thank you.